Okay, hi guys. Just gonna do a video here to remind you how to do the split loop tatting. So you're gonna take your yarn and tie a knot at the very end. Remember that this knot is what ends up being your loop to close your bracelet in the end, so don't make it too big or too small. Then you're going to hold the knot. This is as if you were starting from the very beginning. You're going to hold your needle and the knot like this. And on each side, now some people were doing 6 stitches on each side, some were doing 8 stitches, some did picots, some did not do picots, but the basic stitch is, remember, the thumb goes behind and in front, and then you're going to gather it up like that, and then the finger pushes away and you come up the back. Now you know you did the stitch right if you see the little smiley face. See the 2 eyes and the smile on the bottom? That's 1 picot stitch. So you do 1, that would be 2, 3, and see how you can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then when you have all the stitches loaded on one side, you just turn it around and do the other side. Now if you're going to start a bracelet at home and you're going to cut your own yarn to do that, you just want to make sure to leave really long tails. I usually do like 1.5 yards at least, because it's going to use up the thread pretty fast, and it uses it up equally on both sides. So that's 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. Oops. 4, 5, 6, and we'll just double check that we've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, we got 6. So once you load however many you're going to do on each side, then you're going to go ahead and take the thread that's on the side with the eye, and you want to thread the end through, just like this. Now some of you were leaving it like that and trying to pull it through, but you don't want to do that. You want to pull the tail all the way out. And then you're going to go ahead and push all of your stitches off. Now if you tatted a little tight, which it seems like I did, then it'll be harder to get those stitches off, but you just keep working on them. If you do it a little bit looser, then it's a little bit easier to get them off, but they come eventually. Okay, so then as you pull this, the other side right here, that loop is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller, but you don't want it to disappear, because that's what you're going to put your needle back through. And then you're going to pull that tight, and that creates your loop. Now you unthread your needle, put it back up at the top, and you just start over again. So make sure that that's tight right there when you do that. You can even tie that in a knot, but I don't usually do that, so you don't have to. But you're going to hold it again, and you're just going to go. Now for those that were doing picots, picots are just tiny little loops that stick out from the edge, and the way that you do that is you do a few stitches. Like let's say I wanted to have picots in the middle of my 6 stitches, I would do 3 stitches, and then the 4th one I would put a gap in between the 2. So I'm going to leave a gap like that, and then watch what happens when I push the gap together. It gives me just a cute little loop right there. So wherever you put that on the chain, it's where it's going to stick out. You don't have to do that, it's just a decorative thing. So thumb, finger, thumb, finger, and that's 3 stitches on that side. I'll just do one more loop with these picots to show you. So 1 stitch, 2 stitches. Another trick, guys, is if you find that you're getting big gaps between these chains, make sure that these first stitches you put on are snugged really close. There's 3 stitches, let's do a gap. Push it together and do 2 more stitches, 1, 2, and then same thing as before, we're going to thread the side that has the eye. Trick for threading, I show you guys this all the time, but I like to pull it tight against my needle and then wiggle the needle through, and that seems to do the trick. Okay, so now we're going to pull it through, all those stitches off. If it seems hard, do them like, one at a time and just keep wiggling until you get there. So now as we pull it, see how that gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And then when it's little, you put the needle through and then pull it tight. Now you can see the difference of when you have picots versus no picots. This is a picot on either side. And the first one doesn't have any. So there you have it. If you have any questions, let me know. We'll go over this again in class and we'll finish them off.